Hey guys, this is Grant Evans, your favorite Utah realtor. Here today we're going to talk about the best places to live in Utah, starting right now. If this is your first time to the channel, just remember to hit that subscribe button right there, or maybe over here, and press that bell notification so you'll be updated on all things Utah, if you're moving to Utah or if you just want to learn more about Utah. Now, some people might have different opinions of what I have. Granted, this is what I think is the most important places to live in Utah, the best places to live in Utah. Granted, I am in Utah County, so people maybe up by Ogden or Salt Lake might have different opinions than me, or even people down in St. George. Some people also like, cities, suburbs, rural areas, country. So it all depends on what kind of fits. If I were in your situation and if I was brand new to moving to Utah, these are my top 5 places that I would live in Utah. So my top 5 are rated on 4 things. Number 1 being housing affordability. Number 2 is activities to do. Number 3 is school rating, and number 4 is safe. Number 1 is Saratoga Springs. Saratoga Springs is growing crazy right now. One of the best things in the Utah real estate world is that this city qualifies for a 0% USDA loan, which means you don't even need to have a down payment in order to buy a house. The interest rate is around 3.6% as of September 2019. Saratoga Springs is right next to Utah Lake, where most people take out boats, wave runners, or paddle boards. It makes for some spectacular views. Because it is a growing town, prices are still low compared to the rest of the valley. Saratoga Springs is also in the Alpine School District, which has a 92% graduation rate. That is absolutely insane. Coming in at number 2, American Fork. American Fork is this awesome, great balanced place to live in Utah. It has older neighborhoods as well as newer neighborhoods. American Fork also has a great collection of parks and walking trails. It's a very safe community. American Fork High School is actually one of the best sport programs in the state. Last year in 2018, it took second in the football state championship, and then that same year it took first in the basketball state championship. American Fork is also a 30 to 45 minute drive to Salt Lake City, depending on traffic. And so a lot of people who commute and work in Salt Lake City will actually live in American Fork in that general neighborhood for a closer commute. Coming in at number 3 is Springville. Now, I might be a little biased because I actually live in Springville. A 20-minute drive takes you to one of the most underrated canyons in all of Utah, Hobble Creek Canyon. In Hobble Creek, you have a top-rated golf course, you have luxury homes, and free campsites. Like, you don't even have to tell the park ranger that you're gonna stay overnight. It's awesome, it's beautiful. There's a creek running through the canyon that you can hear overnight. At the mouth of Hobble Creek Canyon is this awesome reservoir that a lot of people go to get their tan. A lot of people go paddleboarding out there. Springville also has a really cute Main Street. It has a 5-star restaurant that is in the middle of Main Street, as well as your local mom and pop shops, 2 really good top-rated Mexican food restaurants in Utah Valley. Springville is also considered Art City. There's an Art City trolley which has fantastic food. It also has statues everywhere along the main street, just to kind of give culture to, Springville has come from this, this artist town, as well as it has an Art City museum. And what I love about Springville is that it feels like a small town, but you're about 10 minutes away from a Sam's Club up in Provo and a Costco down in Spanish Fork. Both are about 10 minutes away from each other. So it still gives that small town feel without the big hustle and bustle of a city. Coming in at number 4 is OREM. Now, you guys might be thinking, OREM, are you serious? Now bear with me, okay? I know OREM might not have the best rep, but this is why I think it's one of the best cities. You are in the middle of a town that is happening. You have a Costco, you have a mall, one of the biggest malls in Utah. You also have a lot of fun activities like summer festivals and other parks. There's something always going on in Orem. You can always find something to do. Orem even has a Trader Joe's. What? You have your regular movie theater and sushi restaurants. We also have your old school theaters. But it's also like a 10-minute drive to Sundance Ski Resort. You can go mountain biking or hiking in the summer, or snowboarding and skiing in the winter. Orem is also home to Utah Valley University, which is where I went to school. Graduated in exercise science. You can see where that got me, right? UVU is also home to 37,000 students. It doesn't have nationally ranked sport teams, but it does give that kind of small city feel that if you go to a game, you feel really included, that it's not too busy. You can find whatever seat you want. Orem is also right next to BYU, which most of you who are probably moving to Utah are familiar with BYU. So, you have 2 colleges. You have college games pretty much all week long if you go to both BYU and UVU games. The theater department at UVU is also spectacular. They put on musicals seasonally, and Orem, I think, is just one of those underrated cities that is absolutely wonderful to live in. Coming in number 5, last but not least, is Lehi. Lehi is crazy. This is where Silicon Slopes happens. Now, we call this Silicon Slopes because it's like Silicon Valley, but in the mountains, right? That makes sense, right? In Silicon Slopes in Lehi, you have Adobe, you have Oracle, you have Vivint, you have Entrada, you have Microsoft. Granted, for some of these aren't the actual headquarters, but it's where a lot of their big offices are. Lehi has the Traverse outlets, which are some of my favorite stores like Hot Topic, Vans, Nike, Under Armour, and more. Lehi is home to 2 high schools. Lehi High School, which is the older one, and then Skyridge High School, which is a little bit newer up by the outlets. Both schools are fantastic. They have great sports programs. They're also an Alpine School District, same with Saratoga Springs, and have a 92% graduation rate. Those are the 5 cities that I would live in if I was coming new to Utah. What about you guys? If you were moving to Utah for the first time, where would you live? Would you live up by Logan, up by North, or would you live down in St. George? Or maybe in the middle, like Provo, or even Salt Lake? Or even middle of nowhere. Just leave in the comments below. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you look at some more awesome Utah videos. If you are thinking of moving to Utah, I also have a relocation guide that you can download. So you don't have to go in kind of blind to see what Utah's kind of like. I think anybody who moves here would actually really like it. Come out here, come enjoy Park City, come enjoy Sundance, come enjoy the skiing and the snowboarding, mountain biking. I think Utah is the perfect state for anybody who wants to live in the outdoors, to live in the mountains. You know, the mountains are calling me. This is the perfect state for anybody who wants to have that type of life.